Tonight was the 30th annual Battle Against Cystic Fibrosis All-Star Football Game, with the money raised from the game going towards research to fight the disease. Every year, the BACF game hosts the best high school football players from both West Virginia and Ohio to face off for a greater cause. According to the president of the BACF board, Julia Maloney, the foundation was started by a family who had a daughter with cystic fibrosis and decided to hold a football game to raise funds. Maloney says this game matters because it helps raise money to find a cure for cystic fibrosis.
Money that we raise goes to research to find a cure, and so it just means so much and pulls on our heartstrings because we know at least we're doing something in the grand scheme of things that could make a difference. And you never know, sometimes it just takes that little donation to make such a big difference in finding a cure.
Our Peyton Brooker will have more on the BACF game from St. Mary's tonight at 11.